10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Well, hello there. Hola, ¿cómo estás? What's up, firefighter?
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. I don't think you should say that right now.
Oh, fair enough.
Hold on. I'm sending a text that I forgot to send before I started the chat.
Jeez, man, I'm the one that's forgetful half the time.
I know.
Other than Fire Kitten, he's currently glaring at me demanding treats, so give me a second.
Okay. Well, keep the kitty happy. Sorry. That was uncalled for. Making inappropriate jokes about an actual cat. It's just wrong. Anyway, we are here.
He chuckled at it, so...
Today is a palate cleanser day. That's what today is. It's palate cleanser day. It's a day to just talk about ridiculous shit that doesn't matter. Because it seems like the last few days, all anybody has talked about is heavy shit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
like, what type of sprinkles are best on donuts?
Exactly. Sprinkle types has been a number one topic, and it's a very stressful topic, to be honest. So, yeah. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. We don't want to talk about sprinkles today. So,
Well, forgive me, Ammo Father, for I have sinned.
it's all right.
I have 8 cake donuts with sprinkles on it this morning.
Oh, well,
I got some glazed donuts upstairs.
I apologize for your sins. Goodbye.
What
I got some simple glazed ones at home. At home, I am at home. What the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah, I'm like, aren't you home to be having your desktop cam going? Or workbench cam, whatever you call it?
You don't know my car. Maybe I got a workshop in my car.
Then you have a cargo van, man. It's not a car.
Oh, would love to have
I have an extended cab truck. This is the back of my truck.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. You win.
I want a nice van. You know what I want? You know what I've been wanting for years?
Living in a van down by the river.
Like a 1989 Chevy Astro van.
Was that the one that came with the TV built into it?
No. The Astro van. So, okay.
It's a smaller van.
I don't know. You're not old enough, firefighter, to remember the late 80s Astro vans, which was kind of like, I don't remember if it was the first minivan, but it was one of the first minivans. And it was the one, like, out of all the minivans that started coming out, it was the one that was, like, very, it was very reminiscent of the rest of the stuff that Chevy was putting out at the time, like very square bodied and shit, whereas other minivans
it was a minivan for dudes.
Yes, exactly. For lack of a better term, it was the only minivan that looked tough.
Yeah.
You know?
And they had a decent motor in them too. They 4.3.
Mm-hmm.
The last generations had the Vortec 4.3, which was really good.
Yeah.
Actually, when I was going to college, I was working at a auto parts store, and the husband of one of the women that worked there put a police cruiser engine in his V8.
Yeah, I've seen V8 swaps on Astrovans, and they fucking are pretty cool. I saw somebody do a V8 swap on one, and then put lifters on it, or jacked it up, not lifters. Jacked it up and put bigger tires on it and widened the wheelbase just a little bit.
Mhm.
And the thing looked fucking badass, dude. Like, it looked badass.
It's like kind of way they explain it's like too, like with the Astro van. You have your full size pickup, like your Chevy Silverado,
Mm-hmm.
and you have the S10 pickup truck, which is a smaller truck, still a truck. The Astro van was the S10 of vans. It was still a van, but just smaller and more compact.
Yeah,
But
I wouldn't mind having one of those.
But still look cool. Really didn't look like a family vehicle. But it can totally be. It's totally a family vehicle, but it don't look like a family vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
They're nice.
I liked them. I wouldn't mind having one.
Same.
So,
Damn it.
anyway.
Now you're gonna get me to look on Marketplace for a minute.
I wouldn't mind having a van. Like, I've been wanting to pick up a van for a while. My thing with getting a van though is like I then wouldn't know what to do with it, because half of me like got really like interested in all that van life shit, and that would be kind of cool. And then the other half would just be like, I just want a van to like be a van. I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. Don't know where to go with it. I'm not buying anything right now, but it's fun to talk about. Anyway, this is the Geek Chat, not the car chat.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
there's
there
car
are
geeks,
car
too.
geeks.
There's car. That's true. Never mind. Sorry. Apologies. I didn't say we were specifically going to talk about geek shit tonight. I just called this chat the palate cleanser, to just talk about anything not serious. That was the main point of tonight's chat. It's just to sit back and enjoy less important but entertaining conversations about whatever. I did want to talk about
oh, here's a cherry like in your last generation Astro van.
better than
Well,
oh shit. Just trying to blow it up. There we go. Oh, nice. See, look at those. They don't look like your typical minivans.
No, they look like just a smaller version of a big G20 van.
Yeah. They were nice, man. I liked them.
That one's a little bit pricey. It's about $12,000.
Yeah, well, I mean, like all that shit, right? Like,
Well, of course that one's pristine too.
yeah. What's up, Brutus and Warhammer? Out there in the chat. Everybody else is lurking and not saying anything. It's all right. I see how it is.
Here's an all-wheel drive one for $3,500.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Living in a van down by the river.
Down by the river.
Well, then Matt, it's a good thing you haven't checked the food porn category, because you would have seen the sprinkled donuts I had this morning.
No, I'm not gonna do that. In fact, you know what? You're kicked off of Discord for that shit.
What?
No more
Oh,
Discord.
here you go, Matt. This one's got the raised roof.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's one of the ones that's got like the TV and everything in it.
Oh yeah, and it's got a big like velour bed back there.
Yeah. Look at that. That's awesome.
Okay.
And I always loved the two-tone paint jobs that they did, that GM was doing back in the 80s.
Yep.
Whether they were doing it like on their trucks or whatever. I loved the two-tone. Specifically, my favorite was the darker brown with the tan stripe down the middle. I loved that. Like the Fall Guy truck. I mean, it was because of the Fall Guy truck that I loved that look. By the way, that was why. Which was, I think that was a 70, a GMC.
Well, actually, the Fall Guy truck was multiple years.
Yeah, but they were like mostly like 77, 78, shit like that.
No, they went
late
early to the square headlights though. The 78, the first Fall Guy truck, you're right, it was like had the round headlights.
Yeah.
But the most famous ones were the square headlight ones.
Shit, you know what I just forgot? I forgot my water. Give me a second. Be right back.
Wow, did my opening of Dr. Pepper make you realize that?
All right, let's go back to Marketplace since he's giving me the water.
I mean, how would you put a bed in one of those? Like, I'm pretty sure it can't be a queen size.
Well, it's like a lot of them. It's like a fold down, like the back seat will fold down into a bed. They're like motorized. They'll like slide down.
Ah. So we could say the Astro van was the one that technically started the van life craze?
Oh no, your bigger vans, like the 70s was the original van life craze. Like everybody had like the fixed up vans. You had like the murals on the side. There were love wagons. Like I was mentioning, like the 70s was the original van craze. You had like,
with
murals on the side. You had the dragon and the wizard and the bikini.
Oh, the dragon. Yes.
The Volkswagen bus?
Oh no, these were big vans, like big
Oh.
Chevy and Ford vans. They were like rolling love shacks.
They were awesome.
The Love Shack.
So this van's a rocking, don't come a knocking.
Ah, loved that shit.
Well, hey, earlier I was playing one of my games, and I got the entire chat singing the Tally Man song.
Alley Man? What?
Alley
Oh.
Man, you know,
I
the
don't
Banana
know
Boat
what that
song.
I don't know what that is.
Daylight comes and I want to go home.
Oh,
Oh,
come, Mr. Tallyman,
Yeah.
tally me banana.
The Tally Man song is what I call it.
Daylight come and me one go home. 8, 6, 7, oh. Daylight come and me one go home. Go home. What the fuck is wrong with me?
I don't know. Did you get enough sleep last night, man?
I did not. And I like, this is a problem that I have on my days off is I want to take advantage of my days off. So I sleep a lot less and I stay up a lot later. So the last couple of nights I've been going to bed at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. But like I went to bed at like 3 in the morning Thursday night, then woke up at 6:30 to take the kids to school and then never went back to sleep all day. And then last night I went to bed at 4. I did sleep in till about 7:30, but still, that's not a lot of sleep. I get worse sleep on my days off than on days I go to work. So, because I'm like, I'm off. I need to like do some shit. So, yeah, I haven't gotten much sleep in the last couple days. Anyway, I want to talk about Alien Earth because I've been watching that show, which is like, I think we're 6 episodes in? I think we're 6 episodes in. I like that show. Has anybody else watched it?
Nope.
I like it. Now, that being said, it is got a unique style to it. If that's the easiest way to say it. I'm trying to think how to describe this. So, like, have you ever watched Legion?
the movie Legion.
No, the TV series Legion. The
Was
X-Men
that sci-fi show
No.
about the angels?
No.
I was thinking the same thing, but it's different. It's
No.
about the X-Men character Legion.
Yeah. Or watched the TV series Fargo.
Not watching any of those.
Okay. So the guy that like wrote and created those shows is named Noah Hawley. And he's a very eclectic like showrunner type of dude. He's very involved, and anytime he does something, it has a very unique style to it. It's hard. It's like when you watch something of Guillermo del Toro's, you're like, oh, I know this is Guillermo del Toro. You know what I mean? Like he's got a very specific style to the way he does things, right? And anyway, he's the one doing the show, so it's very in that style. Now that being said, I love Legion. Phenomenal fucking show. If nobody's ever watched Legion, you definitely should, especially if you are a geek. It is an amazing fucking television series. It is very far removed from the comic book. I mean, really the only thing that it shares in common with the comic book is who the main character is. Like, that's it. I'll be honest with you. But all the characters that are brought in, and there are characters from X-Men in there, but most notably Shadow King is in the series. And very interesting take on Shadow King. Very well done. Anyway, if you're a geek, you should watch Legion. It's only 3 seasons. It's got a beginning, middle, and end. Like, the story ends. Like, he wrote it to have an ending. And it's wonderful fucking show. And then Fargo, I don't know if anybody's watched. I've seen the movie Fargo before, and I think it's good. It's not a movie that I will rewatch over and over again. However, the TV series is fucking fantastic. It's like way better than the movie. And each season of the TV series is just it's a completely different story. So each season is like one story contained. Really well done. I like Noah Hawley's style and the shows that he's done. And so Alien Earth is done by him. It's very unique. A lot of Alien fans are probably not going to like it because of he doesn't have a unique take on character or lore or like IP bibliography. Right? Like, all those are firmly set in the Aliens universe. The characters are very consistent with the characters from any Aliens movie. The history, the world, as it were, that the show takes place in feels very much like the world of Aliens. All the sets, the spaceships look like they were ripped straight off of, the very first Alien movie. Like, it's very consistent in its overall, again, I'll use the word bibliography of the world of the xenomorphs, right? Of this universe where they exist. But his take and everything from his editing style, the way he shoots shots. One thing I've heard several people complain about is the music. He's got a. I'll make this comparison, but I don't want you to get the wrong idea. He uses music the same way James Gunn does, and what I mean by that is he's very fond of taking songs that we all know and love and finding ways to fit them into a scene where they work really, really well. Now, that being said, I don't think James Gunn is good at that. I think sometimes he can be, and sometimes he puts a song in, a song in that you normally wouldn't see in a specific type of movie, and it works well, and sometimes it does not. The difference is James Gunn, I think, tries to be too eclectic in his song choices and stuff, and he just likes to throw stuff in there, not necessarily worry about whether or not it actually fits the scene. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Whereas Noah Hawley, he will if there's a song playing, dude, Aliens Earth has already had Metallica and all kinds of crazy shit in it. But it works beautifully with the scenes that the songs pop up in. So he does that same thing, but does it much better than James Gunn does. But I've heard a lot of people complaining about it. They're like, this type of music, this shouldn't be in an Aliens movie. They're not taking this seriously. I'm like, dude, this show is taking it very seriously. Like this show takes the idea of xenomorphs and synthetics and Weyland Yutani like way more seriously than any fucking Alien movie. I'm sorry, have you seen Alien Resurrection? Like, I like the movie, but nobody's arguing it's a good movie, right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this show is a good show. Most of the people that are in the show, you don't know. There's a couple of actors in the show, like Timothy Oliphant, and maybe one or two others that you'll look at and you won't really know their names outside of Timothy Oliphant. But you'll look at him and go, I know them from something. So he's real good at getting people that you like don't know. Most of the people in the show you've fucking never seen before in anything. Like, I don't know where these fucking people came from, but goddamn, do they nail their characters. And like I said, the world building going on in this show is beautifully done. He's done more in this show to get into the deep dive explanations of how the corporations and shit work at that time period. You know, because we're always hearing about like Weyland Corp or Yutani, or later on they become Weyland Yutani, and like all these other things. But you never really like know, okay, so these corporations are out there, but like what, like how big are they? Like, are, you know, like what's going on? Like, why are you always seeing their names everywhere? Are they just big corporations like we're used to today, and it's the equivalent of fucking Amazon getting involved in space travel? Or is there more to it than that? Like, this show dives pretty deep in like an entertaining way into the corporations and their control over Earth and humanity at this time point in the future and shit. And like it's just really good. And then there's
So Bill Gates' wet dream.
Yeah, I mean, basically. And then there's like you know, they're diving really deep into like you know, the whole show revolves around a handful of not the whole show, but like some of the main characters in the show are like 5 synths that they're not androids. They're not like Bishop. They're a new type of synthetic that they have an android body, but they're taking human minds and putting them in the bodies. And this is like a prototype, like a test. And
So
obviously,
like
if you watch Aliens, you know that, because this takes place before some of the Aliens movies. So if you watch Aliens, you know, like, this ain't going to work out. Like, you know that, because they're not in any of the other movies. So that there's an aspect of that. There's a really good character who he's a cyborg that was the head of security on the ship that brought all the creatures to Earth. There's also another alien. There's several other aliens, because like the ship that crash lands on Earth had been gone for 65 years and was out collecting specimens from all these different planets. One of which was, they didn't collect the xenomorph, they collected the eggs. But there's another creature that is becoming more and more important in the story. And I don't want to give it away, but it's starting to look like this creature like knows the xenomorphs and may potentially be trying to help the humans. Like, it's several times it's like warned somebody when like a face hugger was close or something like that. It started freaking out, like it was trying to do something. So there's a storyline going on with that. But like in the best episode of the show so far was basically an alien movie. Episode 5 is like an hour and 15 minutes long, and so the whole show starts basically when the ship crash lands on Earth. And so the story's been progressing from that point. But episode 5 was a flashback to what happened on that ship that made it crash. And it's like a fucking alien movie. Like a really good alien movie.
Like, makes you feel like you're going to have nightmares for months.
Yeah. I mean, the show is really good.
if I remember right, didn't Timothy Olyphant, if I
Mhm.
pronounced his last name right?
Yeah.
Didn't he star in Justified and its spin-off? Primal City?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just started watching, thanks to Hulu, I think, Justified, and holy shit, is it a good show.
Dude,
Oh,
Justified is fucking amazing.
Like,
Yeah.
I just love his character. It's like,
It's not really a spin-off, the second one. It's just a continuation. It's kind of revisiting the character where he is jump at now.
Raylan Gibbons?
And they were
Right.
supposed to do a second season of the new show, but I don't think it ever happened.
No.
like it is just
And Timothy Olyphant is really good in this show, and it's a type of character you've never seen him play before. And I don't know what's going on with his character in the show, because unless I missed something, they haven't specifically said this, but I believe it's pretty obvious in the show he is an android. But I watched the show now, and I don't remember them ever actually saying it. But when you watch it, you're like, yeah, he's got to be an android, right? Like, but I don't. The closest they get, well, I mean, they don't say it, but one of the characters is telling him, well, you're supposed to be smarter than them. Like talking about a group of people. And so, like, I'm pretty sure he's an android, but I don't remember it unless I just missed it somewhere in one of the episodes. I don't remember it ever specifically saying he is an android, but I'm pretty sure he is an android in the show.
Damn clankers.
Fucking clankers. God damn it. But there's something going on with him. If he's not an android, I don't know what he is, but he's clearly different than everybody else. But it's a really good show. I highly recommend it. I know it is turning people the wrong way. There seems to be a very like clear divide between either people love it or they fucking hate it.
Well, I heard the leak about the ending of it.
Don't fucking tell me, because I have not. I don't want to hear it.
He shows up in an astral plane and he runs over the alien.
Fucking knew it.
Actually, Boyd shows up and runs over the alien.
No, dude, I like the show. I would highly recommend. If you like aliens, you should watch this show. Now, that being said, if you've never watched Legion or even one season of Fargo, which, by the way, like I said, I recommend people watch those. There's a very specific feel to the show. Noah Hawley has a specific vibe he brings to stuff that he does. So, again, a lot of people do this. Like, I used Guillermo del Toro as an example. There's several, directors and people that you watch their shit and you like immediately know it's their shit, even if you didn't know they were involved. And that's how he is. But as far as the lore and the aliens look fucking perfect. Like, literally, there are times in the show where, like, you see the aliens and it's fucking straight up from the original Alien movie. Just, you can tell, obviously, technology in like fucking special effects and shit has come a long way. But what I mean by that is it's a dude in a fucking alien suit. And it looks straight out of fucking Giger's fucking nightmares. Like, it's really fucking well done. And it looks good. It's not CGI bullshit. It's like really, really good fucking practical effects. Yeah, totally fucking watch it because it's great. Also, as I said, specifically you, Jared, you should watch Legion. I think you would like it. It's fucking weird as shit. It's a trippy show. And as I said, like, it has very little in common with Legion from from the comics. Like, other than it's him, like, it legitimately is him. It's not just the name. Like, it's legitimately Professor X's son, David Haller, right? And by the third season, it does get into the Professor X connections and shit. It's a very weird, much more complex take on the character than what we got in the comics. Because honestly, we never got a lot in the comics on David Haller up until he got his own series in 2012, which I read and was actually really good. Which is when I remember us, like, for the first time seeing.
I think the first time I ever heard of the character is right before Age of Apocalypse, when he accidentally killed his own dad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was introduced then, like, because he was a new character. They just kind of introduced him. You know, it's like it later on when they just, all of a sudden, Cassandra Nova, Professor X has a sister. You know what I mean? Like, Legion was like that. It's just like he just was created. He had not been in the comics for a long time or anything like that. He popped up right before Age of Apocalypse.
Oh, by the way, team, I have a son I never told you about.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else? Years later. Oh, by the way, I got a sister.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But, like, Legion goes really, really deep dive into David and, like, who he is and how he grew up and what, you know, all the shit. It goes in deep dive into why he's all fucked up. You know what I mean? Because, like, when the show starts, like, he just thinks he's fucking crazy. He's in a mental institution for being a schizophrenic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then as the 3 seasons unfold, like, you find out more and more and more about it, or he starts to find out more about himself and what's going on and why he's like this and all this shit. And it's a trippy ass fucking show, dude. Like, you'll be watching that show and just weird shit will fucking happen for, like, like, there are characters in that show that just, and they don't make any fucking sense. And they don't bother to explain it. It's just, you just got to understand this is a weird, weird world that David lives in. Like, just weird shit for, like, no apparent fucking reason. And you just roll with it. You just fucking roll with it. It's fucking, but it's great, dude. Like, I've watched that show since it came out. I think it premiered back in, I want to say, like, 2017 or something like that. And I think I've watched that show all the way through, like, 3 times. It's just one of those shows I like to just fucking watch once in a while.
It's a reset show for you.
Yeah. And it's only, like, I think the whole series is only like 20 something episodes. Because each season's only like 8 or 9 episodes. So it's not like a long watch. It doesn't take a long time to watch the whole thing. And it didn't get canceled, right? Like, he ended the story. So you, like, get a complete story about this, you know, about these characters, which is awesome. So big thumbs up for Legion so far. Big thumbs up for Aliens Earth or Alien Earth, whatever.
Were there any Astrovans in it?
17 of them total.
Oh, damn, I got to watch the show now.
Yeah. So
there's one show I remember back from a few years ago. It was based off of a movie called Legion.
Yeah,
and
so they did do a continuation of the movie Legion. I forget what the name of the show was.
I think it was like
it only lasted 2 seasons.
I think it was like Dominion or something.
Yeah, something like that. That sounds right. The Dominion.
Like Las Vegas became its own city-state, but
Yeah,
with the Romanesque theme.
yeah. So, like, what happens is the show takes place, like, I don't know, 10 years or something, maybe after the end of the movie Legion, when basically it's the apocalypse. Like, it's the end of the world. Like, guess what? The angels came, like they did, because you know, if you ever watched Legion, it's essentially about fucking Armageddon, and the aliens and demons coming down So this is like 10 years later, and it's like a post-apocalyptic fucking world. And the show, I think, lasted 2 seasons. And I remember it being pretty good. I only watched it in its original run, which would have been back in, like, I want to say it was like, what, 2014-ish? 2013, 2014. The show's over a decade old now at this point. I don't think it got good ratings or anything. I thought it was good.
Yeah, because I remember watching it, but never getting to see how it ended.
Yeah, well, because it got canceled. That's why.
Well, yeah, it was during that time when Sci-Fi Channel would bring out shows and then cancel them. Kind of like Fox did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember liking it, but it's been, I mean, like I said, I haven't watched it since it was on TV, which has been a long time ago now at this point. So I don't remember all the details. I want to say the main character was like related somehow to one of the angels or something.
I think he was the main character was the baby from the movie.
Oh, is that what it was? Yeah, yeah. The baby from the movie. That somehow
Yes,
was
I
going to be
remember
like
right
the
in the
savior,
movie.
right?
Archangel Michael's like, hey, I'm here to save you. God's going crazy and is starting the apocalypse. And oh, wait, your baby is the second coming.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's like 20 years later, and that baby's all grown up when the
I think
show
it was-
starts.
Yeah, and he's like,
I think I watched that show, but I did not realize it was a continuation of Legion.
Yeah. I
Because
remember liking it, but I don't remember a whole lot about it.
my cousin really likes that movie Legion, so he watches it every so often.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember it was one of the few shows during that time frame of the early 2000s, but before the 2020s, that Sci-Fi had that was good. The other was the remake of Battlestar Galactica.
Well,
VSG.
sci-fi lost their way a long time ago.
Yeah.
Well, Sci-Fi went down the fucking people of really, really fucking cheaply, intentionally poorly made fucking creature feature movies, and that like took over the network for a while, and I think that ruined Sci-Fi, honestly.
Mega Shark. Versus
And don't get me wrong, I love the Sharknado fucking movies. They're fucking retarded, but like in a good way. But I think they just went over the edge. The only thing good that came out of all of that kind of intentional ridiculousness was Z Nation.
Yeah,
I liked Z Nation a lot. That was
it was like over the top Walking Dead.
yes. And it somehow, even though it was ridiculous and very much in the vein of like Sharknado and shit, it was somehow still good.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I actually enjoy watching Z Nation. Like I said, it's totally ridiculous.
It's a good
But
show.
it was fun to watch.
Yeah. And surprisingly had like good characters and stuff in it, and like, yeah, it was a good show. So yes. But anyway, what else is new out there in the world of geek and TV and movies and comic books? Oh yeah, they canceled Red Hood.
Yeah, they canceled
Yeah.
Red Hood.
I don't remember why they canceled Red Hood.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think we can figure that out.
What? I don't know. It's
No.
a mystery.
We'll never figure that out. We'll never know. Never gonna know.
Nope.
I heard they're even refunding the stores too. And
Just
Yeah, and
some
I'm
weird-
pulling every
weird
copy.
reason.
I did hear that. I think it's up to 900 jobs have been created in the past 48 hours.
Yeah, something like that.
I heard
What's-
something about like there's going to be like a list of like 40,000 like potential like jobs listings.
Improving the economy already.
Already, it's good times. It's good
So there's
times.
going to be like there's like a lot of job openings coming up.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. What else? What have I been watching lately? Oh, I've been watching Invasion.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
No, it's a TV show called Invasion, and it's on Apple TV. And it's a show that I had started watching like 3 years ago when it started. It's on its third season right now. And I remember when it first started, I started watching it. And the first season, like, so it's like really, really, and Apple TV does this with all their, if you've ever watched any of the like Apple TV shows, whether it's like Foundation or Silo or C, they are the types of sci-fi shows that they do are like more slow burn intellectual type of sci-fi. They don't do like action adventure sci-fi shit. Like all their shows are like real deep, heady, slow moving sci-fi. And Invasion is the same way, which I think is why I stopped watching it, honestly. Is because I think it just got, I started watching it like week to week, but there's something about those types of shows. If they're too slow, they can be really, really good. But if they're too slow, I need to binge watch. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I can't do
It's
the
like
week to week shit.
Murder Bot. I would have hated to watch. Like, if I didn't binge watch it, I would have hated the show. Probably I never finished it.
Yeah.
But getting to binge watch it, you got the whole story at one sitting.
Yeah. Well, Invasion is like that, and that's why I fell off. Like I think I made it through half of the first season, and now they're like, I think they're almost done with season 3. So I've been binge watching it the last few days, and it's a really good show. Like it's really well done. It's very I mean, you could tell it's very influenced by like, you know, H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's like current modern day aliens show up. What would it be like? The show focuses on like a handful of characters like across the world. Like there's some characters in Japan, some characters in the US, some characters in London. There's one particular character it focuses on that, at least in the first season, he starts out, he's in Afghanistan. He's a Navy SEAL. And like it's just one of those things. Like the show, and I won't give it away if anybody wants to watch it. Honestly, I couldn't give it away because there's no resolution to it yet. I'm still in the middle of the fucking show. I'm almost done with season 2. It like bounces back and forth between, you know, all these different characters throughout the show, and like it starts off just weird shit starts happening. Like, oh, all of a sudden there's just power outages, or you know, one kid starts having like fucking episodes or seizures or something, and everybody just thinks he's got a condition. In one, it's like a whole class of kids in this one town, like all have nosebleeds at the same time, but only this one class in school. Like weird shit just starts happening, and things just get like worse and worse and worse and worse, right? Until people start figuring out what the fuck is going on and that they're getting fucking invaded. But it's a good show, dude. But yeah, like I said, it is definitely something you have to binge watch.
It sounds like the humans need to be more accepting of the
yes,
aliens coming in down to the Earth illegally.
Yes, not enough DEI in the invasion world. But it's a good show. I if you like the sci-fis.
If I like sci-fi, so
Sci-fi, if you like the sci-fi, you should definitely check it out. It's a really good show. I'm getting into it. It's like I said, I remember when I first started watching it like 3 years ago. Like I watched it and was like, yes, this is a really good show and it's really well done. But holy shit, I cannot watch this week to week. It's too slow. You know what I mean? Like
you want to sit there with a good snack and binge it all at once,
right? And so I put the show away, and then I fucking forgot about it for like 2 years until all of a sudden the third season came out, and I was like, oh shit, that show's still on. Well, let me catch up, So
That reminds me, I need to watch Twisted Metal season 2.
I haven't watched that one yet either. Is it all out yet?
I think so.
Okay, then it's time to binge watch it. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm waiting for with Peacemaker too.
I like Peacemaker. I've been enjoying it quite a bit.
I miss when we had TV shows that were more than 10 episodes a season.
What are you talking about? That's always been the thing.
No, I remember growing up that we
No,
had
according
20
to
episode
the way
season.
people think now, if it didn't happen in the last 10 years, it never happened.
Here's the thing.
It's like these Gen Z kids like figuring out like discovering an ice cream float. They made it up.
Well, here's the thing. I think.
Or
So,
signing
I
your
think-
name if not lifting up a pen.
No, so I think that there's room for both types of shows. I think that the shows that we grew up with in the 80s and 90s were, because, I mean, they were episodic, right? Like, the idea of episodic television lends itself well to longer season runs.
Yep.
Whether it's Star Trek or whatever, right? I think that serialized television, which I've always loved, but didn't really become popular until like late 2000s, early 2010s, and now everything is serialized television. That lends itself better to like, 10 to 12, maybe 8 to 12 episode seasons. And for those that don't know the difference, I mean, episodic television is essentially like, okay, if I miss an episode, I haven't missed anything, because every episode is its own thing. Every episode is complete. Is like it's the same characters. Many times, even Star Trek was essentially kind of a procedural, right? It had a formula that it worked with every episode, but every episode was a different story, right? Mm-hmm. And so you could just dip in and out whenever you wanted to. And so if you're going to put a lot of episodes out, like, it works better with that type, with episodic television, so that some episodes are going to be better than others and things like that. The problem is, like, the 22 to 24 episode a season model only it only works because of the fact that not every episode is a winner, right? But you're putting out content, and you're not gonna like every episode, but maybe if you didn't like it, somebody else liked that episode, whatever, doesn't matter, but you can skip the episodes you don't like and things like that. When you try to do that to serialized television, where you're trying to create one long, consistent story, if you do not have a story that legitimately takes 22 to 24 episodes to tell, which, let's be honest, most stories don't, unless you're trying to fucking do, I don't know, the fucking Dark Tower series or something like that, right? Because most stories just aren't that complex, primarily because you can't put stories that complex on television, because most people fucking don't read, because they're morons, let's be honest. But if your story is not so complex and packed full of, plot lines and characters and things like that, that it can actually sufficiently fill up a 22 episode run, what you end up with is like the first few seasons of CW's Flash, which had these overarching stories that were good, but was packed full of so many shit filler episodes just to get to the end of that 22 season run that it really detracted from the show and the serialized story that they were trying to tell.
Plus, Iris was the main villain of the show.
She totally is.
She is awful.
So I think if you're talking about serialized television, I think it's much easier to keep it good and consistent with the 8 to 12 episode formula than trying to take a story that can be told in essentially 8 to 12 hours. That's a long fucking time. And trying to stretch it out to over 20.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you start making bad television. And a lot of shows have tried to do that. So I guess it just depends on what type of show you're putting out there.
I think one of the first ones, it's one thing, NCIS. Love the show when it started because it's very episodic. I love episodic TV. Like for the main thing, like you just said, I can just grab. It could be watch a random episode on TV. Oh, I can just watch this one and go on.
Yeah.
They started to making bad guy of the season, and the entire season's focused on catching that bad guy, and it messes up the entire flow of the show because instead of just trying to solve the crime, the procedural like crime that they're going to fix, every episode you gotta have parts of catching the main bad guy. If you miss an episode, you're kind of like, what the fuck, what's going on?
Right, exactly.
But plus, too, exactly what you're saying too. Those were long seasons, and it just don't work for a long season. You need a short story for like if you're going, like I said, 8 to 10 episodes max for like a single story. Not stretching it.
Yeah. It all depends. I love episodic television. I mean, for those of us, older than fucking 30, like we grew up on it, right? Yep. Like that's all television was. The idea of serialized television where there's just one story continuing throughout multiple episodes. Honestly, that wasn't a fucking thing until like after Battlestar Galactica became so fucking popular. You know what I mean? Like legitimately, Battlestar Galactica was like the first show to really do that.
The first show, kind of like shows like mainstream shows that try to do it. It's like Deep Space Nine and Babylon 5.
Yeah,
but
they still retained their episodic procedural nature,
and they done it well.
Yes. So it was, we grew up with episodic television, where you could just jump in and out and get 30 minutes to an hour of entertainment, and you didn't have to know anything going in. You didn't have to fucking be caught up. You didn't have to watch every episode like in order to know what was going on.
That's what I love about watching classic Star Trek, classic any of the older shows. I can just be channel hopping and just there's an episode on. I can just sit and watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now they want you to sit there and stare at the screen for 8 hours.
Yeah. Which is fine if it's a good story.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. But
I think personally that's why a lot of people don't like the newer Trek shows, is because they went to the serialized format.
Yep.
Yeah. Which again, like you were saying, like there was aspects of that in Deep Space Nine and stuff like that.
Yeah, the first.
However, it was done much better on those shows.
Oh, well, you had actually intelligent writers on those shows.
Yeah.
The new Star Trek writers are absolute fucking morons.
Well, they did kind of redeem themselves with Picard season 3.
No, they had he did that on his own without Kirk's permission.
Yeah, that was Terry. That was all Terry Matalas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he should be the one in charge of.
Well, I think Kurtzman even got pissed over it.
Because Terry's like, oh, the first 2 seasons were not good. Let's bring back everyone that made Trek good and make the final season of Picard good.
And it still wasn't TNG timeline because they had too many changes.
Yeah.
Nothing that's Kurtzman, that secret hideout done is really legitimately in the main timeline. It's their own timeline. They keep trying to like gaslight people saying, oh, it's the same universe. The fuck it is. It is not. Hey, Darth. Darth's in the chat.
Hey, Darth. Party on, Darth.
That and now that Skydance, I think it is, owns.
Yep, the merger is done, and now there's actually talk about now that merger's done. They're wanting Skydance is wanting Warner Brothers.
Well, I know
Well,
this.
I hope that- I
These
just
people must have some deep ass fucking pockets.
yeah. I hope
Well,
whoever gets it, whatever direction it goes, they just get back to formula some. You know what I mean? Like there was a formula that lasted for 50 fucking years for a reason. You don't have to fuck it up. You know, it worked. It's what people loved. Just understand that, comprehend that, put people in charge that get it, and just do that.
I tell you one thing I absolutely hate that James Gunn's doing. Even the cartoons are going to be in the same universe. Just don't do that. Give us like one-off like comic book stories like they were doing before, like the one-to-one telling of comic book stories made and animated. Those were great.
Mhm.
Everything don't have to be in the same freaking universe. He did that Crisis cartoon. They had that Crisis cartoon just to get rid of all the other animated universes, so they'll have the new timeline, which was kind of a slap in the face of all the fans of those previous properties.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what DC excelled at, television-wise, was their animated shows and movies.
Yep, they were doing great with it, and now that it's all thrown out the window, they're starting over, and everything has to be voiced by the same actors. It's going to be on the TV, on the live action. Everything's in the same continuity.
Which I really think is going to come and bite them in the ass.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Like Rick Flag when he showed up in the movie, he don't have white hair because they were going to do white hair, but he had contracts for another movie. So his time on the set was very limited.
Let's see. What else is there to discuss? I don't know. Out there in the chat, you guys got any geek topics y'all want to cover? Again, I have no topics for tonight.
You just been freeballing it.
Yeah.
I still need to watch the sequel to that, The Man from Earth.
Oh yeah. I haven't watched the original in a while. Like I watched that years ago.
I've watched it years ago. I forgot completely about it, and I watched it again the other day. I was like, man, this is a good movie.
It pops up on a lot of lists of like top 10 sci-fi movies of all time. I don't know that it's really sci-fi, but it pops up on a lot of fucking lists.
And yeah, I don't understand. It's not really sci-fi. It's kind of,
I don't know. It's more fantasy, maybe. I don't know.
yeah, it's one I was trying to think of the best way to classify it. It's fantasy without being fantasy too.
Yeah.
It's people, a bunch of friends in the house. The guy's moving away, and he's telling a story, and the story ends up becoming very fantastic about his life.
Yeah.
There's no flashbacks or anything. He's just sitting there talking about the story.
Yeah, it's literally just the entire time takes place like in his house, mostly in his living room. And that's it. Him telling stories. Dino out in the chat says, what are your thoughts on Alien Earth, or did you guys talk already? Oh, we talked extensively about it. I love it. Highly recommend it. You should go watch it if you haven't already.
Yeah. I like Murderbot too.
I never finished Murderbot, primarily because exactly what you were saying. I tried to watch it week to week.
Yeah, you can't do that with that show.
And I shouldn't have. So now I need to go back and watch. I think I got through 3 episodes, I want to say.
Humans, they write the humans. I don't know if they were doing it intentional, but it is just so much of a fucking parody of modern woke people. and he hates them. Then he starts to like them though, because they're so
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, I forget where I stopped on that show, but I need to finish it now that it's complete. Same thing with Twisted Metal.
Yep.
You know what I keep telling myself? There's one show that I keep telling myself, it's awful, but I'm just so curious how the second season went. Because I actually like tortured myself and watched the whole first season. And I keep telling myself, you really should, just to fucking see how it ends. You should really watch the second season, and I haven't done it yet. And that's that fucking Halo show. It was the first season was so bad.
That's because they put writers that were not fans of it in. Oh,
Well,
it's going to be our own thing. Our own thing.
Yeah, as soon as they took the Master Chief takes his helmet off, it's like, what the fuck y'all doing?
And apparently Master Chief spreads some cheeks and lays his pipe.
Yeah.
If you know the lore, you know the Spartans were rendered infertile by their enhancements.
Maybe he just used fingers and tongues. I don't know. It's a bad show. And that's why I haven't watched it. But I'm just like really curious what they did with the second season, because I was like, I don't know. I kind of feel the same way about that fucking awful Power of the Rings fucking show. Like, I fucking tortured myself and watched the whole first season. And it was so fucking bad. It was so
I
bad.
started watching it like a few weekends ago, and I couldn't make it through the second episode.
Yeah, it's so fucking bad, dude. But like I fucking finished the first season because I'm stupid, I guess. So now I'm like curious about the second season at least. I'm like, fuck. I heard some people tell me that the second season does get better. It never gets good, but it's better. Whatever the fuck that means. I don't know. It'll be one of those things, whether it's second season of Halo or second season of Power of the Ring, whatever. It'll be one of those things when like I've run out of fucking shows to watch, I'll put it on. Because right now there's too much good shit to watch though. Like even stuff, I just go back and rewatch stuff, Like I just finished rewatching Preacher, which I fucking love. Love that show. Just finished rewatching that like early this week. I finally finished it's like 4 seasons. That show's great.
Well, one show I always find myself going back and rewatching is Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been trying to find the comic that wrapped everything up that was based on the scripts that they wrote for a third season.
Yeah.
I have not been able to find it anywhere.
Oh, you can, dude. I think you can get it on fucking Amazon Kindle. I mean, it's gonna be harder to find the paperback version of it, but you can find it. In fact, I think they did a whole trade paperback of it. Just go to eBay. I bet you it's on eBay.
Wouldn't surprise me if it is.
Yeah.
Because damn, that show is good.
Perry says Supernatural is my guilty pleasure to watch. Don't be guilty about that. Supernatural's awesome. I love Supernatural. Now, granted, I can only say I've watched all of Supernatural twice. Like it's not because it's 16 fucking seasons, right? Like it's not like an easy rewatch. You know what I mean?
Well, there's another one too, though. It's episodic, but they got a goal. The first couple seasons they have a goal to find the yellow-eyed demon.
Yeah. No, I mean it maintains it's done well, right? Like it's episodic, and really in every season there's kind of some overarching story that lasts the entire season. But it's done really well. The show never feels like it has filler episodes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's the show that got me to more into, I should say, things that go bump in the night.
Porn?
like the Michigan Dog Man, who you can scare off by clapping at him.
Or the Wendigo.
You haven't heard about this?
Give me the Michigan Dog Man if I go outside.
Yeah, no, I just somebody in one of the chats a few weeks ago was asking if I had seen the Michigan Dog Man, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
That was me, my good sir.
That was you. And so I was like, "All right, let me look it up." So I pulled up, I don't know, some Wikipedia article or something like that. I don't remember, and it was just like a whole page of all this lore on what the Michigan Dog Man is. But like in the middle of this explanation of what it is, it's like it says, "Oh, and it's said or reported that loud clapping noises scare the Michigan Dog Man away." I'm like, what kind of fucking bullshit fucking scary creature is this that you could, like, how am I supposed to be scared of something that fucking runs off if I clap at it? Like,
That's super lame.
like that's fucking, what the shit? Like, you know,
It's afraid you're going to start clapping its cheeks.
maybe. I don't know what the hell. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? But apparently that's part of the lore. You can scare away the Michigan Dog Man by clapping at it. I'm like, all right. That's not very fucking scary. I thought the whole cryptid fucking shit was supposed to be scary. You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to be scared of like Mothman and Chupacabra and Bigfoot and shit, you know, because they'll fuck you up. Not the Michigan Dog Man. Just clap at it. You know, give it a round of applause. It'll run
I
away.
don't know what article you read, but I can tell you from what I've read. Yeah, no, they're way scarier than that.
I don't know what it was. I just when you said that on the live chat, I mean, you saw me. I just looked it up and I clicked on the first article that popped up on Google, and that's what it said.
Just clap at it.
I was like, oh, okay, that's fucking stupid, but all right, that's what it says. So,
Hence why I recommended you those few podcast episodes to listen to from that author whose books I love.
yeah, which I still haven't listened to. My bad.
The sad thing is he's got a lower back problem, so he hasn't been writing much because it's flared up. And it's made me sad because I really want the next book in the Wild Hunt series to come out, because he's been teasing that they have to fight something in the ocean.
Okay. I mean,
like, Duke would not like the first two books because they take place during blizzards.
what's scary about a blizzard?
What they're fighting.
Okay.
In the first one, it takes place in Oklahoma, and they're fighting two clans of Bigfoot. The second book, they're in middle of another blizzard in the Upper Peninsula, or maybe it's Wisconsin, and they're fighting a Wendigo.
Definitely not afraid of Bigfoot. I'd fight him punch him right in his mouth.
And then in the third book, without giving up too much spoilers, they're hunting were-sharks, were-jaguars, and other things in Argentina.
Now, I've heard, it's just a rumor, that last time Bigfoot messed with Duke, Bigfoot got molested.
No, I'm pretty sure Bigfoot would be giving you the where did the Bigfoot touch you on the doll? In the fourth book, they take a trip to Russia. And then that brings in like Slavic and Nordic mythology into the books.
Russia.
But then it mentioned in the fourth book stuff that happened to some of the characters that was in another book in the a sister series that author wrote. So now I got to go start that series to figure out what happened.
I always like the all the cryptid stuff, but like the more traditional ones, you know, the zombies, vampires, the mummy, shit like that. Like I always wanted a like, okay, so for instance, when the whole dark universe thing was popping off, like I got excited. You know what I mean? I mean, it didn't go anywhere and it failed miserably, but like the idea of like and several people have done this, mostly in like comic books or book series, things like that. The idea of like, okay, here's a world where zombies are real, Frankenstein's real, fucking vampires are real, you know, werewolves are real, and what would that fucking world look like, you know? And I don't know, it's just like I like all that fucking, you know.
Hence why I recommended the books by the author I was just referencing.
Yeah, exactly. But like that would be cool. Like, you know, I'm and like I said, I'm fairly certain that there are series that cover this type of stuff. The one I mean the one I know the most was fuck, what's the name of I forget what it's called, but it consists of it was a world that was created for tabletop gaming, and it covers like Vampire the Masquerade and what is it called, like Werewolf the Uprising or something like that. Like they were separate games, but they all took place in the same world, and one had zombies and one was about werewolves and one was about vampires, and like it was a tabletop game from I want to say like the early to mid 90s. It's still around. They even did a TV show. I can't remember what the name of it was, based off of Vampire the Masquerade. There was a TV show in the late 90s that I don't remember what the name of it was. If anybody in the chat remembers what the name of this was, or even knows what the fuck I'm talking about, that they did, and it only lasted like one season, but because they were trying to like bring this to life. But it was really, let me look. I gotta look this up now. What was the name of that? It was the fuck.
I don't know if it was called the fuck.
Vampire the Masquerade is created by White Wolf Publishing. There you go. Created by White Wolf Publishing, and they did Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Apocalypse, Mage the Ascension, which is about all, you know, sorcerers and shit, Wraith the Oblivion, which was about ghosts, Changeling the Dreaming, Kindred of the East, Hunter the Reckoning, Mummy Resurrection, Demon the Fallen, and Orpheus. These were all different tabletop games that all took place in the same universe. It was called The World of Darkness. And this was like, I want to say it started, I remember because I had a friend that was really, really into Werewolf the Apocalypse. And it got to the point, like I even did like character creation and stuff like that, and I read a bunch of the resource guides and stuff. I never played the game, but I liked reading about it, about the world. You know what I mean? It was good. It was interesting. Anyway, so I the werewolf was the one that I knew the most about, and there were like different clans of werewolves. You know, and because it's like any tabletop game, right? Like you have to pick like a clan, and so there was a lot of, you know, tabletop gaming aspects like worked into the lore. So that way, you know, like with character creation on like an RPG, right? Like you have to fucking pick where's your character from and what clan are they with and what are their attributes and all this shit, right? So there was a lot of that worked in, and so there was a bunch of cool stuff involved in that, and I thought the overall story and shit was really cool, and would love to see that fucking like, you know, made into something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that would be
kinda
cool.
refreshing.
Yeah, I've been trying to get you to make a character in City Heroes.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that shit. That takes way too fucking long. The show that was made off of Vampire the Masquerade was called Kindred the Embraced. It was from 1996. That's what it was.
Yeah, it does not ring no bells. But then
It
again,
was like a one-season fucking show from 1996. By the way, produced by Aaron Spelling, like right in the middle of his fucking Melrose Place in Beverly Hills 90210 heyday. He did the show. I don't remember if it was any good. I think I might have saw an episode or two. Possibly. I don't remember if it was fucking any good, to be really honest with you.
But I think if you were to redo that show or any show set in that, you know, mythology, it would do better in this time.
Oh
than
yeah,
it-
100%. Like, yeah.
And I think I once watched somebody here on YouTube that did a tabletop playthrough of Vampire the Masquerade. And it was quite interesting because you didn't just have to play as your vampiric character in your specific clan, but you also had to maintain like the political courtships of all the other clans too.
See, this sounds cool. So it's called The World of Darkness. This is how it's described. A dark gothic punk interpretation of the real world rife with corruption. Supernatural beings like vampires, mages, werewolves exist in secrecy, influencing humanity and clashing with each other. See, I want like a show about that. Like a show. Fuck movies. Movies are over. You can tell better stories on television now than you can in movies.
Yeah.
I want like a good, well done series based on the whole world of darkness, not just the vampire side or the werewolf side or whatever. Like I want it all encompassing. Fucking throw all that shit in there. Which actually, that's what they're trying to do on AMC. Have you seen the whole? What are they calling it? They have a name for it, but they're putting all the Anne Rice shit together because she did that in her book series. You know, she had all the vampire stuff, she had mummy stuff, she did books about witches, and it all took place in the same universe. But AMC's doing that. Yeah, it's called The Immortal Universe. And I have started watching a couple of shows. Like, I think I watched the first couple episodes of their Lestat series. And then I watched several episodes of the one, what's it called? Mayfair Witches, which is, obviously about witches. And they're coming out with another one. They're trying to build like a horror universe on AMC. And they're about to come out with their like third show in the universe. Starts soon, I think. I don't remember which one that one's about. But that's kind of trying to do what is. The problem is though, like, okay, so I started watching Mayfair Witches, which was pretty good, but it's kind of a slow burn show. It's about some chick like finding out that she's a witch and slowly getting pulled into all the shit. The Lestat show.
So like any lesbian group.
Yeah. The Lestat show, or actually it's just called Interview with the Vampire. I started watching that and it was just like legitimately way too gay. Like it was just straight up fucking like practically gay porn. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I couldn't get through it. I couldn't get past like the second episode. And I was just like, oh, this is something. All right.
So more floppy wieners than Game of Thrones.
Like it was like, okay, look, I've seen an Interview with the Vampire. I know the whole vampire thing. I get vampires, ancient beings. They'll fuck anything. That's cool. Whatever. Not my thing, but if it's a good story, I'll watch it. I just couldn't get through the fucking first couple episodes. I was like, this is like, there's too much gay shit in here, like right off the bat. And again, characters are gay, cool. I don't need to watch a gay love story though when I'm trying to watch vampire shit. You know what I'm saying? Like at a certain point, you're like, this show may be good. I don't know. It's about to get its third fucking season, so I'm guessing people like it.
Well, that's the problem with modern writers, though. Like if the character is gay or whatever, that's their entire personality.
Yeah. Like I get that in the original books, Interview with the Vampire and all that, like Lestat was whatever you want to call a pansexual fucker. Like I get he would fuck anybody. That's part of his character. But that was not the fucking point of the stories. You know what I mean? Like that's who he was, but that was not like the fucking story. And so I couldn't get past the first couple episodes because it seemed like that was the story. Now,
pitch it. Let's like a story idea. Let's pitch it like a really good story. We'll throw out all the story. We're just going to focus on them screaming.
Yeah. Now, in defense of I'll give a little bit of defense of the show. I didn't get very far into it, and the first couple episodes are just all about how Lestat seduces Louis to finally turn him into a vampire. So it may just be that, like with a lot of shows that we've been talking about, they're really slow burn, and after the first couple episodes, once the whole seduction of Louis to become a vampire is done with, because I don't even think I got to the point where he made Louis a vampire yet, that then the show picks up and goes in a different direction and focuses less on that. Maybe. I don't know. But I couldn't get past that. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it may not even have been the first two. And I may have just watched the first episode.
It just felt like two.
I may have just watched the first episode now that I'm really thinking about it. So it may be that is not the focus of the show. It was just like, because everything I was watching was just all about, which again, that's all in that movie, Interview with the Vampire, which I like that movie, right? That's all in there. But it's just like 5 minutes of the fucking movie, right? It's not a whole episode. It's not a whole hour-long episode. So maybe that's what it was. I don't know. Maybe I should watch it. I don't know. Because I liked the Mayfair Witches. That was a good show. Slow burn, but it was a good show. Yeah, and then they're coming up with Talamasca, The Secret Order. I don't know what that is. That's a new show that starts like next month. So that's the third one in this Anne Rice's Immortal Universe they're doing. What is this one about? What is Talamasca, The Secret Order? Oh, I think it's like a fucking... so this will be the show that focuses on the fucking humans that keep track of all the supernatural shit.
The Watchers from Highlander.
Basically, yeah. I think that's what this is. So this show is going to be about... So we got one show about vampires. We got another show about witches. Now we're going to get a show about the humans in this universe that know what's going on with these supernatural creatures. So, okay, I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and watch these shows. I mean, at least give it a chance. I mean, fuck, dude. I watched the first season of Rings of Power and fucking Halo, so it can't be worse than that. You know what I mean? Like, it legitimately, I don't think it can be worse than that. For God's sake, I watched the Madam Web movie.
It's Hollywood.
Okay.
But they take like it can't be worse than that as a challenge.
Yeah, maybe they do. I don't fucking know. But I don't know. We'll see. Because I like that stuff, man. I like the vampires and werewolves and all that shit. That's cool shit. I enjoy it. Like Duke's here, but he's not here. I don't know what's going on with him.
He was working on his miniatures.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with his screen, and I can't hear him. Oh, he just dropped out. Oh, that means he could hear us, and I think he realized we couldn't see or hear him. Maybe he's gonna come back. Baby, come back.
You can blame it all.
Blame it all on me. I was wrong, and I just can't.
Now that song's gonna get stuck in my head for the rest of the night.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Hey,
Could
man,
be.
that's a good song.
It could be worse. It could be phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
This is fucking keep his shit going for an hour. Just fuck everybody up. People will be like, fuck you, you asshole.
Phenomenal.
This is a song that never ends.
Oh, fuck you.
And it goes on and on again.
No, it's also, but the cat came back the very next day.
Dino says, are we ever going to get a live Lord of the Rings or Warhammer battle between me and Duke? I don't do tabletop stuff. I've never been in, like, I've said this many times. I like a lot of the tabletop games, and I think because of the nature of what a tabletop game is, right? It's a role-playing game, and the type of individuals that would be interested in creating something like that, right? Like most tabletop games got even if it's, you know, maybe not a topic you're interested in, there's usually a lot of really cool lore, and you can tell that, you know, because you got to really like fucking create a lived-in full universe to do a tabletop game, you know, or any RPG really. It doesn't have to just be tabletop. And so I like you know, reading up about different RPGs and stuff. And just the lore and the stories and the characters and classes and all that shit. But like, I don't really like playing them. Like I've tried a couple times, and I personally don't have fun playing them. So, you know, but that's just me, man. Everybody's got their thing. So, I don't knock people that do like playing tabletop games.
Unless they're on the back issues, so I'm trying to get comics.
Yes.
I actually did that. I did that down in Florida, like probably about 20 years ago. I was down there, and that's before I even knew about tabletop. I haven't ever experienced tabletop gaming. First time I went to like a comic book shop down there, and I was looking for some back issues, and they had some kind of gaming event that day. And they were all over the place. On top of the back issues, these little guys that they were playing on the game went, move. They did.
Yeah. Out of my way, nerd. I got to get to the comic books. You know what's funny is I do think that was a thing. When back, you know, in the 80s and 90s when I was a kid, comic book nerds looked down on tabletop gaming nerds. Like
Yeah.
they were more geeky and below us.
Yeah, I'm like
It's
6'2".
so fucking retarded to think. But it was like the comic book nerds looked at the tabletop gaming dudes the way regular people looked at comic book nerds.
I think I agree with you that.
I don't know why. I honestly, I don't know why. It makes no fucking sense.
I'm sorry. I mean, if you play that card, I'll cast my counter spell.
Yeah. I don't know why. It's not fair.
Nerd hierarchy.
Yeah, it was a nerd hierarchy. So,
Well, they got their revenge. They're bigger than comics now.
So would LARPers and tabletoppers be in the same?
no, LARPers were even further down the hierarchy. Yeah, LARPers, because LARPing started to become a thing. I had friends that I knew that had started to get into that. That started to become a thing in the early 90s. So I was well aware of like medieval battle LARPing and shit like that. And yeah, I mean, I look down on that even more than fucking tabletop gamers. So yeah, there's a whole fucking retarded ass nerd fucking geek hierarchy of shit where different groups look down on others because, oh, your fucking kind of geek is fucking awful. Mine's cool. Comic books and sci-fi are better than tabletops. Which, I mean, they are, but...
no lies detected.
But, there's a lot of fucking nerds that look down on fucking action figure collecting.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's all, there's all, like, levels of it, man. I don't know. I'd say just embrace your inner geek and say, fuck it. Who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck?
That reminds me of the one comedian who tells his jokes using PowerPoint. He's like, what's the difference between a nerd and a geek? Like, I can't explain it that well, but I recommend you look it up.
I've seen him. I remember seeing that, but I can't remember what he said.
You will laugh your ass off. Because he explains it using a Venn diagram, and it's perfect.
I mean, for me, I always looked at, like, okay, I mean, the words get used interchangeably all the fucking time. But, like, if you really want to narrow it down, and I don't know what you're talking about as far as this Venn diagram, but the way I always looked at it was nerds could be geeks. There's no doubt you could be both. But a nerd was usually a particularly smart, at least in a couple of subjects, maybe not in everything, but a nerd was usually intelligent, book smart, severely lacking in interpersonal people skills.
Mm-hmm.
Right? A geek is somebody who has a level of fandom for something outside of the norm, right? Whether that be comic books or sci-fi or tabletop gaming or, action figures or whatever the fuck it is, you have a love of this thing that's maybe considered for children, or it's outside of the norm for your particular societal group, right? But you love this thing and you know a lot about it, and it's a hobby for you and possibly even a bit of a lifestyle, your enjoyment and love of whatever that thing is. Now, that being said, like I said, nerds can also be geeks and geeks can also be nerds. But those are kind of how I've always separated the two of them.
I'll have to find the video of the guy doing the routine and send it to you, Matt.
It's pretty funny.
He
has a bunch of
came
those.
to one of the comedy clubs up in Northeast Ohio here, and I did not have the chance to go see him.
He's pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh, Dino in the chat says, no, it's gay all the way. My wife watched it. I assume you're talking about the Vampire Lestat show or Interview with the Vampire? Oh, so it's just straight gay the whole way through. Okay. Dino says, not geek related. How have you been liking Michigan and the new job? Loving both. Love them both. I'm enjoying Michigan and I love my job. So, good times all around. It is very different here. I mean, very different culture and everything up here. Going from Texas to fucking Michigan is a significant change.
You can wear pants in the summer.
Yeah, I know. I can wear pants anytime. Like, I fucking, like in Texas, like, pants is like reserved for those 2 fucking weeks out of the entire year that it actually gets a little cold. Otherwise, it's just like cargo shorts, fucking 11 months of the year.
Pants.
Hey, I was all happy that the weather here in the Midwest was finally starting to get fall-like, and now we're back up to summertime temperatures.
Yeah. Oh, Dino's got a good question. What size figure is everyone's favorite to collect, or does it depend on what the figure is? I think for everybody here, 6-inch scale, right? Like that's the go-to.
Pretty much.
Well, all depends. Like,
Well, 6.5.
6. Well, yeah, but that general 1/12 scale, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
because I collect more of like scaled ships, like you know, die-cast Starfleet ships, Star Wars ships, whatever I can get my hands on. So the scale for that has to be perfect to the scale of what the ship would be in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But figures, I collect a lot of the Mobile Suit Gundam figures, so I think those are like 12-inch, not even 12-inch, maybe 10-inch tall.
So they're like 1/1000th scale figures or some shit like that.
Yeah, I'll have to take a picture of a few of the ones I have and post them in
If
the.
they're 12
Discord.
inch, if they're 12 inch, they probably want 160. But there are smaller ones that there's usually like 3 sizes that's popular with those. So you got the 144, the 1/100, and the 1/60 scale. The bigger ones are the 12 inch. Gundams are awesome. I don't have many of them. I got a couple of them built, but
Every time I like fucking run across the Bandai Gundam figures, I always do a double take because they look cool. I don't know anything about Gundam. Like, I think I kind of started to watch a little bit of Gundam Wing when it was on Toonami back in the like 2000s or something.
there's so many series. It's hard.
I know it was one of those things where it's like it feels so intimidating to try to get into it. They look really cool, but like I have no connection to Gundam at all because I never watched any of the shows. Because
It was my gateway anime growing up.
yeah,
Oh,
like
gateway.
I was already like by the time I know Gundam itself had been around since the early 80s, right? But by the time it had become a thing, and I watched, you know, anime stuff back in the 80s and 90s, but Gundam was not big in the US at that point. So I didn't really have any, like I knew it existed, but I never watched any of it because there wasn't much of it to watch until Toonami started playing Gundam Wing, which was like late 90s, early 2000s. And it started getting real big over here. But by that point, dude, I was like fucking in my 20s. I had 2 kids. Like I wasn't going to sit down and start watching Gundam at that point. You know what I mean? Like I just wasn't going to happen. So I never fucking got into it. But every time I see those Bandai fucking, you know, 6-inch scale Gundams, they look so fucking cool. Like it looks like something I would like.
Well, see, for a lot of people, when it comes to Gundam, is because anthology universe, so meaning they have a main timeline, which is the Universal Century. So a lot of the shows take place in that. Then they have like multiple other timelines for other shows. Like you have After Colony, Cosmic Era, After War, which is like the future of the UC timeline. It could get confusing. Oh, and then they have the Build Divers one, which is set in modern day, revolving around building the model kits, and then you go in and battle them in Gunpla battles. So it gets.
See, I feel like you're speaking a different language right now. I don't know what the fuck you just said.
Well, I ain't speaking Elvish or Klingon.
Like, I don't have any idea what the fuck you're talking about.
I was getting ready to say, he's talking to us like we know what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Gundam Wing is what got me into it, and that was set in the After Colony timeline.
Yep. He's still speaking another language.
Sorry, geek mode triggered. Okay, two things trigger me that much.
Fucking nerd!
Trash.
Get out of here, nerd!
Gundam. Well, 3 if you include historical firearms.
Yeah, no, I don't. Gundam, like I said, I had friends that were into it and stuff, and it always seemed cool. And I'm not knocking it.
I like the big robots.
Yeah, I know that. For me, I was just like, the robots look really fucking cool. Like I know that. That's all I fucking know.
But which ones do you like? Is it which timeline robots do you like?
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
That's basically what it comes down to.
I like the timeline the Epion's in.
That is After Colony. So
Okay.
Yeah. Mine is the Cosmic Era because they tried to reskin the OG Gundam and update it for more modern times. But a lot of people hate that one, but I fucking love it.
Okay, so explain this to me, because I've heard this before, and you said the word timeline like 57 times in the last 5 minutes. And I've heard this before, that like there are different quote-unquote timelines in Gundam. Now, does that mean like in the Marvel multiverse way they are different timelines? Or are you specifically saying different series take place in different chunks of time, but they all take place in the same universe?
No. The only one.
No, to which one? I gave you 2 options. Don't just say no.
It's a no to both.
Jesus.
Most of the Gundam franchise does take place in the same actual timeline, Universal Century.
Okay.
But outside of the ones that take place in Universal Century, they're in their own unique timelines. Like
Timeline as in universe?
Yeah.
Like disassociated from the universal
disassociated,
century, whatever the fuck that means?
Yeah, they're completely separate.
They're completely separate, but they still have Gundams that they call Gundams.
Yeah.
But nothing else is the same.
That sounds like segregation. That's wrong.
And why do they do this? Why do they have a series of stuff that is fucking like
to sell
separate?
Toys?
To sell toys. That's it.
Toys and action figures.
So you're saying they didn't think they could?
I'm just giving a hard time because I love Transformers. Matt asked me like about the timeline of Transformers one time. I was like, I can't tell you.
Yeah,
it's confusing. It's like, tell me about G1. Which one?
Give me a second, and I'm gonna try to find something out that will explain it better than I can. Uno momento.
Un momento. Sí, por favor.
Okay, found something. Let me copy and paste it for you.
Oh, you're gonna fucking make me read? What the fuck kind of bullshit is that?
Making you do something on your... Nope. I tried posting it to the live one. My bad.
Now send it to Discord or something. I'm sure it's fucking really long.
Okay, let me pull up Discord. Boop.
All right, let's see. What do we have here?
Straight from the official Gundam wiki.
Universal Century, blah blah blah. A timeline
This
of Gundam
breaks
Century.
down each of the like what shows are in what timeline.
Gooks. Future Century is a time. So there's Universal Century. There's the Gooks. There's Future Century. After Colony Mars Century. After War Correct Century. See, it's saying this is this and this is this, but it doesn't explain why they're different. This article doesn't tell me why. Like, yeah, it's like, okay, after war, it just says it's after apocalyptic war, similar to Universal Century. But it doesn't say like necessarily how they're different, or like why couldn't it be just further down the I don't know. This is a confusing article. You have fucked me, sir.
Well, okay, like let's take Future Century. That timeline exists because instead of having wars every like 4 years, the nations build their own custom Gundam, and they basically do big boxing / wrestling matches, and whoever
it's
wins
Robot Wars.
This is Robot Jocks.
Yeah, Robot Jocks.
Yeah, and whoever wins the tournament, they get to be for the next 4 years. They get to be the big head honcho superpower of the world and dictate everything that goes on.
It seems too complicated. And this, by the way, is why I've never even started to attempt to watch any Gundam shit. There were 20 timelines on that fucking screen you sent me, and I'm not even exaggerating.
Oh yeah. That's why a lot of people don't get into Gundam, is because of the sheer amount of different timelines.
Yeah, no,
Mini universes.
I can't do all that shit. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, which is when I see a Gundam action figure, I'm gonna go, "Oh, that looks cool. Too bad I'm not into that," and then I'm gonna walk away.
You know what? It's probably a good thing you don't have a PO box anymore, because I'd be tempted to send you some Gundam figures just so you could curse me out and force you to watch at least one.
No, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Because the one I would recommend for people to watch that is not too crazy would be Gundam 00. Because it takes place in our future.
James Bond used a Gundam, is what you're saying.
Nah, not really.
Yeah, I'm just gonna assume that's what it is, and you can't tell me different. James Bond had a Gundam.
Speaking
Gundam
of
00.
James Bond, let's pivot here.
Okay.
Amazon now owns the rights to that.
They've owned the rights to that for a while.
I'm kind of worried about what they might do with the property.
Yeah, Amazon bought the rights a few years ago.
Are you saying you don't want a proud, overweight, fat black woman as James Bond? Or are you some kind of
We've had too many good movies and actors who played it, so I'm a little worried about the future of the franchise. Because think about it, we had Sean Connery, Pierce Brosnan, Daniel Craig. Like, Who are they going to cast next?
They need to suck it up and get Henry Cavill.
You know what's funny? I just saw in the video where he actually tried out for the first Casino Royale.
Oh yeah, he did, but he didn't get it because they said he was too young. Which I agree, he was too young at the time to do James Bond. I think when when Casino Royale came out, I think Henry Cavill was like fucking 25 years old. Because that was what, 2007-ish?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Dude's only like 41. So, like, yeah, he was like 25 or something. Like, I get he was kind of too young to play James Bond at that point. Because James Bond should be older and experienced. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're supposed
Like James
to be
Bond
getting
should be a dude who's like between the ages of like 35 and 45.
We're supposed to be getting a new James Bond video game here that's like takes place when he first gets his 00 number.
Casino Royale?
No, I just seen a quick snippet of it somewhere, but it's like first something is the hold on, time to Google foo.
Google Poop.
Google foo? Foo you, man. You foo too much.
It's called 007 First Light.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm down. I'll check it out.
Because I know I'm going to be picking up that game because it's been years since we had a James Bond game. I think the last one I remember happened to be on the Xbox One, maybe Xbox 360.
The only James Bond game I've ever played was GoldenEye. That's it.
They have a remastered version free to download on Game Pass of the original N64 one. And yes, it is still fun to play.
Yeah. Harry says Gundam Wing takes place in its own universe. Is that true?
Yes.
Because I know that Gundam Wing was the one that got a lot of people in America into Gundam. Because
It
it
was
the first
my
one that
gateway
you could
anime.
see. Yeah, I mean, it was the first one you could like actually like, because it was just, it was just on Toonami. It was on Cartoon Network at night. So it was the
Well,
first one to
Toonami-
fucking go mainstream.
Toonami for me when I started watching anime was on right after I got out of school. So it was my after school cartoons.
Okay.
So late 90s, early 00s.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I never. I think I probably like because I would put it on at night. You know what I mean? Because I watched Dragon Ball, so
Dragon Ball.
and it would come on like after Dragon Ball, or I would watch Big O.
Yeah,
There was some that I watched, so I'm pretty sure I've seen some episodes of Gundam Wing because I would just like I'd put it on at night before I went to bed. But I don't really remember anything about like the story or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
well, I could sum it up. Basically, the colonies want to be free from the Earth government, so they send 5 teenage child warriors and special weapons called Gundams to Earth to try to overthrow the government and get their independence by assassinating Earth leadership.
oh. How very terrorist of them.
But then it turns into them uncovering a coup that's going to happen, and now they have to fight the people who overthrew the Earth's government to get liberty for everybody.
I see. Freedom Fighters.
Yeah. This year, it's actually the franchise's 25th anniversary, and they're talking about, like, in December, so far only in Japan, re-releasing a 4K update to the movie that Gundam Wing had. And they're also talking about reanimating the anime and including a whole bunch of stuff that when it was originally done, adding it back in that got cut to put it out on the TV waves.
Oh, that's cool. All right. Well, I don't know. It just still like I would like to watch it, but it's just too much. I know I'm never going to. I know me. I'm never gonna fucking watch Gundam.
Well, yeah. Like I was saying, most of the TV shows take place in the UC one, so that's gonna be like the people like Armoro and Char. Everybody knows Char because, you know, guy who says, "Oh, red makes everything 3 times faster."
Tony Stark.
Hot Rod. Hot Rod is just an Iron Man transformer. You're welcome.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. All right, ladies and/or gentlemen, I think it's time to wrap this one up. I think we're done. We've been going for about 2 hours. I got some things I got to do.
Well.
So I think we're going to go ahead and say goodnight. Wish everyone farewell. Bid everyone adieu. I might do a chat tomorrow night on the NEA channel. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. But I'm going to get out of here.
You're always welcome to come customize with us.
That's true. I got stuff I'm working on. So, although I am almost finished with my Punisher, still got to do the belt that I broke this morning. But anyway. All right, guys. We'll see y'all later. Y'all have fun. Deuces, yo. Shall not pee in fridge. All that good shit. And bye. Later.